My sister told me she was dating my fiancé. Yep, this is exactly what it sounds like. I, F22, am engaged to my fiancé, John, M25, for the past 6 months, and we've been dating since my freshman year of university. I was 17 and he was 20. These past 5 years of dating have been amazing, and John's always been the perfect gentleman and the best boyfriend. He's kind, takes me on dates, and has been showering me with gifts, especially after becoming engaged. My parents met him 2 years after we started dating, but my sister, Sarah, F24, has never met him as she lives in the UK. Last month, John had to go to the UK for work, as he had a deal to work out, and in my head, I thought about telling him to stay with Sarah, but since we aren't on the best terms, I didn't tell John anything about Sarah living in the UK. John's trip was originally scheduled for 3 weeks, but he extended his trip by 2 weeks to get some more work done and I accepted it. After all, he's been nothing short of perfect, and this was the least I could do. John returned 2 months ago, and since then, he'd been acting different. He wanted to take me on more dates, get me more things, but with my college schedule, it was all incredibly hectic, but he wasn't taking no for an answer. A week ago, we had a family gathering for my parents' 40th anniversary, and my sister was in attendance, which was a big deal, because she didn't come to the US very often. When she came, I was already there, but John was at work, so he was coming a bit later. When Sarah met me, she was uncharacteristically happy to see me, but I entertained it. She kept telling me about this wonderful guy that she met, and how happy she was, and how handsome he was, and basically just singing his praises. Sarah's always been prettier and more popular than me, though she was a bit psycho at times, so I wasn't surprised to see that she had been dating a guy like that. When I asked her about the status of their relationship, she almost immediately became peeved, and rolled her eyes, and started talking about all the things that he was gifting her. I asked her where he was currently, and she said that he lived in the US and had come to the UK for work. I asked her for how long, and she said a bit more than a month. All of those things could chalk up to be coincidences, though, so I just silently nodded and let her gloat, but inside I was a bit apprehensive. It all went to shit when John arrived. When I opened the door for him, Sarah went berserk, screeching his name, going up to him, hugging him, and kissing him all over his face, like some kind of crazy girlfriend. John didn't reciprocate at all, but he definitely knew who she was, glared at her and pulled her off of him before walking towards me. I just left the party, and I am still so mad that I can barely contain myself. I changed the lock to my apartment, blocked him everywhere, and I am staying with a few friends currently. I can't bring myself to believe it. I always thought John and I were perfect for each other, and after some digging, my sister had been working in the same office that he had been working in the UK. Was it some kind of office fling? I don't even want to think about him anymore, and I am just devastated. Edit. After some conversation in the comments, we have discerned that since my sister follows me on Instagram, and I have posted about my fiancé there, she knew that we were engaged. I don't know if Sarah and John worked in the same company, I only know that they worked in the same office building. It's not a stretch, but I don't have those facts yet. Also, sorry if it wasn't clear before, but John probably does know what Sarah looks like, from childhood photos and what I show him on social media, and she has been a connection of his on LinkedIn. I'm going to be contacting Sarah and asking her how she knows John.